Now it is time for my favorite segment this week in Shohei Ohtani news. I'm going to talk about Shohei potentially tipping his pitches in New York. We're going to talk about Shohei Ohtani Sunday, which I came up with. And we're going to talk about quite the compliment that John Smoltz paid him the other day on TV. But let's start with him potentially tipping pitches in New York. Now, I don't mean this to come off as an excuse for a poor outing, because he ended up throwing 3 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs. But to me, it was pretty obvious that the Yankees knew what was coming. Now, why do I say that? Well, the Yankees are the best in the business at picking up on something that a pitcher is doing. Tipping pitches is so prevalent in Major League Baseball. The majority of pitchers are doing it. In fact, the very next game over the weekend, there was a video that surfaced of the Yankees picking up on a pitcher's tipped pitches. There is no doubt in my mind that the Yankees have something on Shohei Ohtani. He comes out of the game, and they start swinging and missing a lot more. Shohei has the best chase percentage of any pitcher in all of baseball. All of baseball. They only swung and missed at 3 pitches. 3 of their 44 swings they whiffed on against Shohei. Shohei Ohtani on if he was tipping his pitches. I'm not sure. You can ask the other side, he said, laughing. Which I think is cool because I'm the one that came out and announced to everybody that I think Shohei Ohtani is tipping his pitches and that the New York Yankees picked up on something. Now, thinking back on it, there's no doubt in my mind. Last time that Shohei pitched in New York against the Yankees, it didn't go well. Then over the week, on Thursday, he pitched against the Yankees. It didn't go well. Joe Madden noted it was strange to see Shohei Ohtani register just 3 swings and misses on the mound. Didn't accuse the Yankees of doing anything wrong, but he hinted at Ohtani possibly tipping his pitches. They're really good at reading pitchers. They're very good at it, Joe Madden said. Let me also make that a good point. This isn't anything wrong the Yankees are doing. This is a part of baseball. I have spent hours in a film room before games trying to pick up on what a pitcher is doing. It is a very prevalent part of the game of baseball. I just believe that the Yankees have something on Shohei because now 2 starts in a row in New York didn't go very well. And it begs the question, do other teams have this as well? Because now on the year, Shohei Ohtani is 3-4 with a 3.99 ERA, which isn't bad by any means. It's just average. And there's nothing about Shohei Ohtani that is average. He throws 101 miles an hour with wipeout stuff. No, that's swing and miss stuff, no matter how you look at it. Unless you know what's coming, if a pitcher's throwing 101 miles an hour with a nasty splitter and a wipeout slider, you're going to get more swings and misses than 3. You just are. So that right there tells you, for sure, the Yankees had something on Shohei. So hopefully he can watch some film, figure out what he's doing, and I think we're going to start seeing him dominate here soon. We saw it last year. After he struggled in New York, guess what? He went on and started dominating the rest of the year on the mound. But speaking of that wipeout stuff, it leads me to another point here. And it has to do with our very own at Fox, John Smoltz. Smoltz the other day during the game said, and I quote, Shohei Ohtani, if he just focused on his pitching, could be Jacob deGrom. If he never hit again and he only focused on pitching, he is Jacob deGrom. John Smoltz is a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best to ever do it. He is saying that about Shohei Ohtani for a reason. Why? Well, look at the stuff. First off, his stuff is just as good. He throws 101 miles an hour. He has a splitter that last year was the best pitch in the game of baseball. Since Shohei came into the league through last year, his splitter has been the most unhittable pitch in the game of baseball. And now he's added this slider that just moves like the length of a batter's box. It's disgusting. His stuff is there. Now add on top of that he's pitching and hitting. So he's naturally not able to put all of his focus on pitching. That's just a fact. Imagine if he did. Imagine if he was. Well, John Smoltz says if he did, he's Jacob deGrom. That's pretty high praise. I'm not going to bet against that. I wouldn't say anything other than that. Nobody knows. We might know in a few years, because who knows how long Shohei's going to be able to do both. I hope he does it forever. Is that realistic? I don't know. I would never bet against Shohei Ohtani doing what he's doing now forever. I just wouldn't. But if he was just pitching, he's Jacob deGrom. And I think if he's just hitting, he's the best hitter in baseball. Add them both together, and he's elite at both. He's the unanimous MVP, and he's one of the best players in baseball and the most impressive player that we have seen in Major League Baseball ever in history. And I don't say that lightly. Last but not least, I want to talk about Shohei Ohtani Sundays. It's been incredible what Shohei has been doing on Sundays. He's hitting .361, 4 homers, 10 RBIs just on Sunday. He has the second most RBIs of anybody in the league on Sundays. And I started noticing this over the course of the last couple of weeks. And last week, I dubbed it Shohei Ohtani Sunday. So leading into this week, I said, hey guys, happy Shohei Ohtani Sunday. We know he's going to be doing something cool. Well, guess what? Hits a double, first at bat, couple RBIs. That's just Shohei on Sundays. It has been really cool to watch. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason behind it. I know a lot of guys like to play day games. Shohei just likes to play in day games because most Sundays are that. But just another day that Shohei is able to dominate. And if every day in the baseball season could be Sunday, he'd be the unanimous MVP all over again. And I'm not counting him out to be that again this year anyway. That's how good he is. I know he's going to turn it around in all facets of the game. I know his pitching's going to get better, even though it's sitting at average right now. And I know his hitting's going to get better. But I made the point I wanted to make earlier. Shohei Ohtani isn't average. He is elite in everything he does. He is an elite hitter. He is an elite pitcher. He is an elite researcher and preparer. And that makes him the most impressive player we have ever seen in Major League Baseball. But that does it for this week in Shohei Ohtani news. I cannot wait to see what I'm going to bring to you next week in this segment. Until next time, this has been This Week in Shohei Ohtani News. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.